Hey guys, today I am ranking every single LEGO Worlds character, meaning all of these. Now, honestly, I'm going to start with the most simple one. The one that I almost hate the most, and the one that I feel like we can all kind of get into. And surprisingly, they're all kind of linked in order, but let's start with the most simple one, and that is the Caveman. The Caveman is actually not bad. I mean, this character is really cool, but specifically by its animations. But it doesn't have very much potential, because this character just looks like he's just walking like he's all grumpy after going to the store and not getting what he ordered. I wanted my 2x5. Which reminds me of so much. I'll put this character on D tier. So we're on F tier. The next character that I feel like we can actually also agree on is the gingerbread man. I mean, I get it. I see people looking at this so they can walk in this very weird way. But come on. And plus, its attacking animations are actually okay, but it looks weird. Who wants to attack like that? The next character that is on D tier that honestly I am very surprised about, that everyone is probably going to hate me for. And also, I might have to put my thing on volume, because for some of you... Alright, there we go. So... But then we actually get to our D tier, and this is actually a code one. So this is basically going to be our worst coded one, and that is the toy soldier. I mean, yes, it's funny because of his attacking animation. Not to mention, he has a unique way when he swims. I mean, when I see him swim like that, that's just funny. But other than that, it's not nothing much. He's one of those rare characters who could swim like that. And he's just not that good, but of course, he does have some rare red arms, which are great for customizing characters. Now, let's go to the C tier. For the C tier, I'm actually going to choose one of my favorite character, and that is the Scarecrow. I love the Scarecrow, but he's a character I don't use very much, but he's basically like a zombie, which interesting because he has the same zombie animations, plus he's our first character who can actually breathe under the water. And he can walk under the water and breathe. Hello, I am under the water. Please help me. And I just like how his head can fall off, and also his attacking animations are also just like the zombies. Maybe a Scarecrow is technically a zombie, who knew? But, you know, it's still hilarious. The next character that I'm actually going to go to is actually the one I was not expecting, but the Ghost. The Ghost is really cool, but there's so much that they could have done to make this character better. Like, Ghost, like, they could have gave him a better swimming animation, or they could have allowed flight, because Ghost can fly and hover. Why couldn't they make a special ability where he can look like he's flying over the water? At least I do like the glow that he has, which is okay, I guess, but they could have definitely done better. I mean, maybe they were just trying to give it the appearance of, like, what they have when it comes to Halloween. Trying to make it look like a Halloween costume. I guess that would make sense. The next character is probably the one I was expecting as well. For C tier, we got Barbarian, which is probably the second worst character. Now, this character is not bad, but he's actually only really good for his new hairpiece. And also, he has the same appearance of the strong characters that have that cool, yeah, I'm so strong, which is okay. But honestly, of course, what would have been really cool is he doesn't have no charge of attack. Since he's a barbarian, it would have been cool if they gave him a running attack, which would be cool, like the Cyclops. Speaking of Cyclops, which is for our next tier, we got the Cyclops. which is honestly the last thing I was wanting. But we actually got 2, and surprisingly, the woman one is actually going to be higher. I mean, this is a character that has the running animation, just like the Minotaur, which we'll get into later. I just like that. It looks like he's like, no, 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 no. I ain't gonna listen to you. I'm not listening to you, no. I'm gonna hit you with my head. Go. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. He's just a funny character, but I put him on C because I never use him. Sorry if it doesn't. Anyway. The next character we have is actually the next one right next to it, and that is the mountain climber. I mean, there's no, like, what was the purpose of this character? I mean, he's, like, he has those certain animations. I mean, they didn't, like, is it the glasses to impress us? Because we don't have any characters with glasses, which is why he's in C tier, because I just found that the only good part about him. And maybe because of the helmet. At least safety's first, right? The next character is probably... Next we have the Egyptian Queen. And this is actually kind of sad because the Egyptian Queen is actually found in the Lego movie. Which is quite fun to know. I mean, this character is basically the first character I've seen in the Lego movie. Not even the ghost, and that was sort of in the Lego movie. The next character that I'm gonna put is the Volcano Explorer Beard and the Volcano Explorer. They're basically the same character, just one's a man and one's a woman. And also, to mention that they're basically, the only thing I'm really liking about them is their cool, the protective armor. Plus, I like this guy's pants. I even used it for my Lego minifigure in this game, which is another cool detail. Next up is actually the very first character we get, and that is the astronaut. The astronaut is just so cool, because honestly, he's the first character we start with, and sometimes the beginners are just the coolest. And better yet, he can breathe under the water, which he can't stand up, but he can breathe under the water, which is actually a really nice effect. It must be because of that oxygen tank, maybe. But despite all that, the next character we have is the Troll King and then the Troll Queen, which they're basically just the same character, but I actually put the Troll Queen higher because she has a nice hood piece, as you can see right here. I really like this. It's kind of a smart detail. For our next C tier, meaning this is the worst Nexo Knight one, we got Aaron. I don't know why, I just never liked Aaron. He just didn't look cool. But when you give him his signature weapon, he's pretty cool then. I mean, that's just cool by itself. I mean, he just looks awesome, and better yet with his weapon. However, we're not here for that because we're actually going to do this for another time. We're actually going to rank all the weapons in LEGO Worlds as well. So, we're going to do that as well. Next character is Dynamite, which is also right next to him. Dynamite is just the girlfriend of Dr. Inferno, and he's probably going to be much higher than this. I mean, this character just has a cool running animation, and I really like her hair, because it reminds me of my girlfriend's hair. I miss you, Bella. Please come back to me. And for the next one, we have Bat Monster. He probably deserves to be in a B tier, but even though they gave him a flying animation when he walks, it would have just been better if he could actually fly. I mean, this is just not cool. And also his attacking animation, that's kind of actually understandable, which is the only reason why I kind of like him going higher. But despite all that, the character is somewhat decent. You probably won't see that, but If you think he should be higher, please comment. And the rest are just normal civilians. Let's go over it. Crook because he doesn't have any single animations. 1950s mechanic. Carl singing man. Carl singing lady. Rex Tyrone. Sue Montana. Swamp Cook officer. Dan Brickman. Helen Stone. Research Institute paleontologist. And Research Institute astronomer. Wow. Anyways, let's get back to some. Now we're getting into the B tier, and there's a lot of great ones for the B tier. I'm very proud of this. First things first, we got the bunny suit guy. Why did I put him in B tier? He's basically useless. He hasn't. Well, it's mainly because of the animations. I mean, the way he fights is just so cool. Like, look at those hops. It's so funny. I just love this character, but higher than that is probably maybe his girlfriend, Bunny Suit Girl, and she has a similar effect with her. I mean, I just like how she's like that. I just love that so much. She's adorable. Next, we got the Monster Scientist. Now, you may remember this character from the CMF series, Series 14, and you will be right. He's actually just so goofy. The way he walks, it's so funny. And also, I'm doing this for a very certain YouTuber, Rugged Eagle. I saw you do Marvel videos, and I was very happy that you did it. Keep doing great stuff, man. And also, congratulations for all the subscribers you made in the future. I really am happy for you. If I could, I would really wish we could call and we can meet. But anyways. But this guy's just so funny. Like, he's just so hilarious. I mean, I love his goggles. So cute. So funny. Next, we got Police Officer ATV. Now, I only love this character because of his cool helmet. It's transparent. You can actually see the character's face. It's unlike the astronauts, which is cool. I mean, however, of course, this character also has a very funny animation where his head where the helmet falls off, which was just hilarious. Next, we got the Firefighter and Firefighter mask. Now, they both come in the CMF line a fire extinguisher, which is cool, I guess. I mean, this thing's just funny to play with, but of course, we're saving those stuff for another video. Next, we got Stomper. This character, I just don't know what to say about this character. I mean, what is so special about him? I mean, he's just a giant, he's basically Gargoyle without the wings. Like, which is also where our next one is, Gargoyle. Gargoyle is basically Stomper with the wings. Like, watch. See the similarities? And better yet, Gargoyle has, that's why Gargoyle is higher, because he has wings, but the reason why he's in B tier instead of A tier is because he can't fly with them. I mean, is he just not meant for that? I mean, if he could fly, which, let's be honest, there's not many characters who can fly in this game. Big lord, what's with that? For next B tier, we got the Cowboy. This character is just cool because he can spawn a horse with the A button, which I'm not doing. But other than that, and also he comes with this really cool vest that has bullets on the back. That just looks so cool now. Alright, partner. Anyways, let's get to some other ones that I missed. Police Officer Sirius. This character, well, he basically, I only like him because of his cool face expression. He just looks like he drank a bunch of coffee and was like, how you doing? Nothing seems to be going on around here. Other than that, he's really hilarious. And the next character we got is the Cowgirl. Basically like the Cowboy, but just a girl. I mean, she's hilarious in so many ways. Like, why is she doing that? She's just so funny. Like, I love her little animation where she looks like she's throwing a lasso. Please tell me they'll add a lasso in the game. That would be so cool. And also, sorry if I sound like Rugged Eagle anyways. I mean, I'm just a big fan. Next, we got Bigfoot. This, well, technically Squarefoot. This is my favorite character. I mean, he's just hilarious. He does all kinds of funny things. And better yet, he has his own attacking animation. Just watch this. He has his own animations of how he attacks. I mean, he's hilarious. And also, in the CMF line, he has a camera, which is evidence that we'll never find a picture of him. Because there's been a lot of pictures of Bigfoot where there's no actual evidence that he exists. Feels like a funny joke that ends up being just hilarious. Now it's time for some more B-tier civilians. Research chemist, scientist, robber, pirate lady, paleontologist, warrior woman. Surprisingly, these are all in order, so please forgive me. Fisherman, fireman, explorer, robber stubble, farmer, paintball player, skater girl, spooky girl, Mac and Cloud, prospector, and finally, girl. All these characters are basically just in that same way. Now let's get to some characters that are more interesting. Now we're going into the A tier. Next we got Boy. I mean, I only like the Boy because he's like the girl, but he actually has his own hat that looks like this. I mean, this is an extraordinary hat, and it looks a lot like a hat I have, so that's why I like this character. Plus, he seriously reminds me of that football coach that I once had in Tyndall, which brings back so many memories. Next, we have the Jewel Thief. The reason why I put her in A tier is actually because if you actually mix her with her object, which is a black axe, she just looks so cool. Because she's able to because even though the axe can't break through doors, it can break stuff, and she's pretty cool. Next, we got the Forestman. The Forestman, oh my god. The only reason why I like him is because he has a quiver of arrows, and that is just so much of a good detail. I mean, if you add it to any other character for customization, they would look like they're from a survival game, and that's just so smart. Next, we got the Lady Cyclops. I told you she would be higher than the other one. And she is only on top because she's actually a female, and she looks like she's wearing the Cyclops' clothes, or skin from the Cyclops. That's messed up. Plus, she's wearing lipstick, which is hilarious. And, of course, she has the same exact attack that the Cyclops has, that's just awesome. Like, and better yet, she has different sound effects when she does it, which is just hilarious. Speaking of the ramming effect, next we got the Troll Warrior, who I only like because of his impressive-looking helmet. Now, I can't seriously remember where this character is from, but all I do know is he comes with a scimitar, and he is badass, which is probably the first time you'll ever see me cuss in a video. Probably. I mean, he really is. I mean, this character is meant business, and when you find him in the wild, he has like he's kind of strong, meaning you have to take him down seriously. Next character is actually right next to him, the Mummy Warrior. This character can actually sink to the bottom and can breathe underwater, which is pretty cool. Not to mention this thing also has its own special attack, which is cool. And better yet, even does the certain Egyptian movement. Just watch. pretty cool, pretty funny. The next character we have is the swamp creature. Okay, this is just a random one, but he's just funny. I mean, especially when you see him in the water, he's just hilarious, and his attacking animation is my favorite. Because he literally attacks with fish. That is just funny. Like, are those golden fish, or are they made from bronze? I don't know. And speaking of which, now there's time for another character I have that is also similar, and that is the king. It's mainly because he's the first character I have who has such a beautiful looking cape. I mean, I just like how it kind of glitters like that. Just watching it go in the wind is just so beautiful, and plus he has that crown which is golden. Very, very deserving for him. Next we have the deep sea diver, then we have the scuba diver, which are the same character, just different people. And they can breathe underwater. Of course they can. But that's not the reason why I put them behind this. It's because they have their own colored scuba tanks, which is just cool. Next we got the Anubis god. Now he comes with a golden spear, which is really why I like this character. But also because he just has that, because he's actually, like, just, he has that character in him where he's just so strong, and he's, like, so strong. Plus he's Anubis, which is the god of the underworld. Next we got the Spider Lady, the first character with a real ability. She has the ability to turn into a spider, yeah. And if anyone has arachnophobia, then you're gonna hate this character. But I really like it because because you can just turn into a spider. That's just a thing that no other character can do. Well, sure, the vampire can turn into a bat, but this character can actually turn into a spider, which is cool. Next, we have right next to her Ann Lee. I really like how the organization is because they're kind of right next to each other. Ann Lee is just strange. I only like her because she has that harpoon in her hairstyle. Kind of reminds me of a hairpin, which is cool. Which is also why it reminded me to do the Cave Woman as well. Because she has a bone instead, and she's actually more like a Karen. She's like, I can't get my delicious hamburger. Fine, I'll go find somewhere else to eat. That's just so hilarious. Next, we got the Yeti, and he has a scary animation. 1 second, guys. 1 second, Mom! Sorry about that, guys. I had to think of something very interesting. But the Yeti is very cool because he actually has a scaring technique. And has the same exact attack, but unlike the Yeti, he also has his own attacks, but it's an ice attack. And that's just so cool. Like, he has the same effects like the Bigfoot, which is just funny. Next, we got the Queen. I only like her because, hey, she goes well with the king. Long live the Queen. Next, we got, plus, she reminds me of Queen Elizabeth. R.I.P. She lived a good 96 years. Next, we got a constable, which is actually from London, which reminds me of a London, which is actually very interesting because I've been actually dreaming of going to the UK at some point. So, and specifically London, so what a coincidence. Next, we got the Roman soldier. This character is just awesome because he has a Roman shield and spear, and he is just the best. I mean, he has the animations that are just so cool. It makes you wonder what, like, the cool effects that the character does. And you might as well add the commander in the game, because unlike him, he has a cape, and this is just an awesome. Because he's just god awesome. And the final part of the gang is the Spartan warrior. This is Sparta! Okay, I'm sorry. That was just a funny joke. But you know what? I really like this character. I mean, he's hilarious. Mainly because Sparta actually got destroyed at some point. Or at least way back then it did. And then it turned into something else. I don't remember what it was, but Sparta is still somewhat in Greece. Next, we got the robot. And I really like him because of his mechanical arm. And also the cool effect, but don't think that's all, because there's also the evil robot. And he's just cool. Plus, I think they could swim. Yeah, they could swim. Which makes sense, he's a robot, but don't robots normally get electrical issues when the water goes into their electrical exhaust? It doesn't make sense, but it's still a cool character, especially with the cool attacks. Plus, when you do it like this, it kind of looks like he's dancing. That is just hilarious of how he does that. Next, we get to some zombies. First, we have the zombie itself, and the zombie is just so cool because of the flies. I mean, that's just so cool. Then we have the zombie businessman, which also has a hairstyle, unlike the last one. And next we have the zombie pirate with a hook, and then we have the zombie cheerleader who actually attacks with her own pom-poms. And it looks like the Z must stand for zombie, I guess. Team Zombie! And next, speaking of our team mateys, whereas we have the pirate captain, who's probably the second character you're gonna get in the game. And he, for a character who's been in A tier, he's obviously probably the best because of his hook and his arm. Plus, he kind of comes with a sword, which he's basically just a cool character. I really like him. He's just so cool. So we've been quite through a bunch of characters, but now we're getting into the S tier. And the rest of these characters that you'll see. But won't worry, because there's another S tier. First, we got the bandit, who's basically all in black and is exactly like the cowboy, because he can also call a horse, which is cool. Next, we got the werewolf. This character is cool because of his special ability where he can jump. This character has a lot of abilities. He can jump, he can attack, he can even pull a bow through the ground, he can scare with howling at the moon. Who would not love this character? Next, we have the vampire. The first character we're given who can fly and turn into a bat. I mean, this is considered the best character in LEGO Worlds, but honestly, I feel like there's some that are even better than him, because there's still more things available than just flight. So let's keep going. Next we got the motorcycle mechanic. I only like this character because of his cool tattoo, which is why I put him in S tier, because you know what? He's just a cool chill bro. So I put him there. Next we have the intergalactic girl, and she is awesome because of her cool helmet, and she's just perfect for any hero adventure. We got the dino tracker. She has really been fighting dinosaurs for quite some time and got a little bit scratched up. Then we got the surfer girl and the rocker girl, and mainly because of her accessory, a guitar. And I just love characters who can play music in games, and it's just so cool. Next we got the Minotaur, which is the last character in this game who can do the Cyclops or Minotaur Ram, and this character is no joke. I mean, this character is a mythical creature and can be unlocked in the fantasy world, and it's basically the same as the Cyclops, but he's just better because he deserves that more than, Because he actually deserves that effect. Then we got the Research Institute chemist. I mean, she just has a lot of detail on her character. I just like that about her. Next, we got the Forest Maiden. She just has a face that looks interesting, but it's different. It just looks so cool. Next, we got the Spooky Girl. She is considered the creepiest character, but she's actually very interesting. I really like her. And now it's time for some other characters. All the Ninjago characters. They're basically ranked the same way. All these characters you see right here, all these S tier because of their own special abilities. I'm not even going to go over them because they're just all so cool and it'll take too long. Next we got the Samurai. She is just so cool, and when you put her with her special weapon, the Black Katana, she is just awesome. Next we got the construction workers, like the sweating one who has the strong effect. We have the constructors who just is a girl, that's cool. We got the tough who went through a lot. And my favorite, this one who with the safety goggles. And then I guess the boss. This one is just awesome. Next we got the swamp police officer because of his cool shades. Swamp police officer with a nothing. Next we got the pirate princess. She's just cool because of her eye patch. Next we have these two characters who are just basically like explorers. Then we have the Arctic explorer who has a cool headset. Then we got the heroic knight. This character is just awesome. And now it's time for the SS tier. And we still have so much to go through. First we have the Lion Princess, because she is just so beautiful. I mean, she is gorgeous. Then we got the Battle Goddess. She is just amazing. Like, you would look at her and go like, oh, I love you. But we can't go in there. Then we have the Dragon Wizard. He is probably the most awesome because he can actually do magic spells. He can shoot fire. Now that is why he's an SS tier. Then we have the Wacky Witch. She's just like for some reason reminds me of the Granny Goodman from the DC series. Someone's being naughty. It's time to go touch some delicious children and put them in my stew. It's just so much. Brings back so many fun memories. Then we have the Swamp Crook, who's just got a cool set. Nothing special. And I'm even gonna just bring up Master Wu and Master Chen. They're basically just bad to be sworn enemies. Next we got the Cheerleader, which if I didn't mention before, she's just so cool. Next we have the Fairy. She's another cool effect, and she attacks with her wand. That is just so majestic. She also reminds me of Tinkerbell. Then we have the Kimono Girl, who's just beautiful. Next we have the Diner Waitress, which is probably going to be our best civilian character, and she also comes with roller skates, which is the only reason why I put her up this high. And next it's time to grab Dr. Inferno. He just has a mechanical arm, and he kind of is giving me Joker vibes. Oh my god. I really love this character. I mean, he deserves every prospect that he gets. I mean, he deserves every single respect from everyone. Then we have the Jestro. He's just like an evil jester. He could, you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. He could be Joker's evil twin cousin. He could be Joker's cousin. Just look at that. You cannot tell me that's not. Or Harley Quinn's evil cousin. Next, we got Clay. This was probably my favorite of them all, but that's not apparently it, because of his cool sword. And then we have Lance. Lance was my favorite, because he just has that buffed up character. Then we have Macy. She's just awesome. And then finally, we get to the final one. We have Reunia. Reunia is just so cool because she has that cool look to her. And finally, now we're into the final 3. And surprisingly, none of these characters you can dress up as, but they're all still so cool. We have Axel, who's just like the first big fig, I guess, and he comes with a giant axe. Then we have the robot, who has a girlfriend, so I assume that's kind of also another strange thing. And then finally, the final character is not even a character at all, but the randomizer. The randomizer is basically considered a character, because honestly, when you make your own character, it is obviously the best. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.